Here we are, Jack Ruth, Left Lane News. I'm at Laguna Seca to drive the new Boss 302, the most track-focused Mustang anybody can remember, maybe since 1970 when the original Boss 302 propelled Parnelli Jones to a Trans Am title. Now we've got Angie from Ford with me, and Angie's instrumental in putting this program together. And Angie, I'm going to show you some of these parts and tell you what they mean to me.
All right, sounds good.
So we're going to start off with this. This is not, people are saying this is going to be an intake package. Well, if it were just an intake package, that would still be pretty significant. I can see you guys. This is straight. This is fabulous. This is a race-style vertical stack, just like what you'd see on the Daytona prototype. In fact, this part has seen service on a Daytona prototype. It's amazing how much I know about this car. I'm a real student of the new Boss 302. Angie, this is the new intake cam, and
actually, Jack, that's the exhaust cam, the new exhaust cam on the Boss 302. It's one of the new parts on the engine.
Angie can't be with us anymore today. Oh, hey, Mike, how you doing?
How you doing?
Good to see you. This is the new exhaust cam, which is different for the Boss.
Yep.
So you guys went through the trouble. We got a slightly bigger valve, right? Another millimeter.
Yep, another millimeter. 32 millimeters
in the
now.
sodium-cooled valve.
Yep.
Bumped around by this. Well, I'll tell you what. You know, I race Neons, and I'm always slapping cams in my engine. I mean, that's real easy. But the tough thing to do is to create a whole new head.
Right.
And I understand that's what we've done.
Yep. It's an all-new alloy, a high-strength alloy. Obviously, the engine spins to 7,500 RPM, and the valve train loads are pretty significant. So we strengthen the alloy for the head.
Fantastic. So you started with a slightly bigger casting, I think I heard you say before?
Yeah, the casting's completely revised. It allows us to put more meat in the ports and the chambers, so we can then undertake the painstaking process of machining it all off again and getting the geometry that we want.
And we've got the standard 5-liter head, and I don't know how well you guys can see this. This is cool, right? It's still an aluminum head, but it's not super shiny. And this one is super shiny. This reminds me of those Cobras that had the extrude hone process on it.
Right. This is a lot more better control though. We can really get the geometry we need. We're not just taking off the high spots, we're actually getting the geometry that's perfect for airflow.
And all of this new valve train needs a new crank, so we've got a rebalanced crank.
Right, yeah, it's our forged steel crank from the base 5-liter, but with the different pistons and rods. We needed to rebalance it. It's a very strong part. So,
how much difference is there between the engine that's here and the engine that's in one of the Daytona prototypes?
Well, this is still a street car engine. A Daytona prototype is an all-out lightweight engine, hundreds of thousands of dollars. You know, this is still a street car engine, but we've taken a lot of the cues about how to make power from those Daytona prototypes and put it into some of the parts on this engine. So it's the spirit of that.
Why is this key red? I assume we've got a guy here who knows all about it.
Yeah, Jeff.
Jeff, come on over.
All right.
Thank you, Mike.
So how do you take a Boss 302 and take it to the next level? That's what this key is, track key. This is a full sellout for performance. Basically, it gives you aggressive accels, aggressive decels, gives you a race-inspired lopey idle, so it sounds like you've got a performance camshaft in it, but you still get your fuel economy and you still get your missionability out of the vehicle. Put the regular key back in, drive it just like a stock Boss. Put the track key in, you get a unique variable cam timing schedule, you get aggressive accels and decels, and you really get a performance experience that we developed out on the track.
Fantastic. If we had a regular and original 1970 Boss 302 on the track with us, I don't think it would be close.
It's ironic that you say that. I owned a 1970 Boss 302.
Well, there you go.
That's how we did the lopey idle, was we calibrated it directly to a 1970 Boss 302. Completely different animals. 1970 Boss 302 is worm gear steering, drum brakes in the back, 306 horsepower. This is a complete beast. This will whoop that all day long. Better fuel economy, air conditioning, airbags, a lot of stuff you didn't have in 1970.
Now I challenged Parnelli Jones to a head-to-head match. Him and the old Boss 302, me and this thing. I said, what have you got? And the sheriff outside his house said, get off the property, we've told you for the last time. So we may never see that happen. But in the meantime, this is one of the greatest, I think the greatest track pony car I've ever driven.